Hello, this is Journal Entry 10 on Saving Private Ryan. I picked Empathy Altruism Hypothesis to add to the movie Saving Private Ryan. The beginning of the movie, the American soldiers are close to Omaha Beach during the D-Day invasion. Once they were leaving their crafts and they were facing a large amount of German artillery and machine gun fire. Even though this is hard to watch because it is so chaotic, with the soldiers being hit and all the chaos around them, because there was soldiers dropping before even getting off the boat, and some jumped into the water. You can feel the intensity with this show. Captain John Miller, which is played by Tom Hanks, of course, he tries to remain focused and calm while he is trying to guide his men through the chaos of gunfire. The scene with John Miller, where his perception was cool, because he showed the chaos around him, and it kind of showed you how it made him feel, because it just kind of slowed down that scene there. Using empathy altruism with this scene with John Miller, he is not helping or looking for a reward. At the end of the war, there is no praise during all this. And when he stops to help others, he's not gaining anything personally by that either. He is putting himself at risk more when he does stop. He does show concern and a responsibility towards others, and he shows empathy towards their suffering as well, even civilians that are near. Then there's Private Richard Rebian. He seems tough and very outspoken. In their squad, he helps by covering other soldiers and help move them up the beach to regroup. Everyone, because he cares about his fellow soldiers, it seemed, and that comes into play with empathy altruism as well. Then there is Private Stanley Milish. He is the member of the squad. He seems shaken a lot during this war and this invasion, and was trying to fight his way out of the beach assault, and he showed he cared by covering fire to help others hopefully get out, and he does not benefit from this as well. He wanted to help his fellow soldiers, even risking his own life again. They shared fear and suffering, which created empathetic concern. And then around the middle of the film, Captain Miller's squad had the task to help find Private Ryan, but on their way they came across the bridge near the town of Ramil. The squad come to find out the German soldiers are fortifying the bridge to prepare to blow it up to keep the Allied forces from getting any further. Miller knows his mission is dangerous. He acts not for the glory or his safety, but because he feels a responsibility towards Ryan and the civilians that were around. John Miller leads the squad with tactical planning. He does face a lot of difficult choices during that. He's risking his lives to hold the bridge. Then Technical Sergeant Mike Horvath, he is Miller's second in command. He does help organize defense, and he does try to motivate the soldiers as well, to kind of keep their spirits up. The tension in the scene emphasizes the moral and emotional burdens of war and the effects it has. Horvath puts himself in dangerous positions as well and helps cover the squad. The soldiers act empathetic because they feel concern for one another and the civilians that are around them. Their willingness to sacrifice their own lives show that they are motivated by empathy. The scene ends in the Battle of Ramil. The squad was ambushed by the German forces. They fight as hard as they could to save the town, while they are trying to protect Ryan. There was several squad members who were killed in action, including Miller, but Ryan, of course, survives. Thanks to his squad and the sacrifices they made to save him, Captain Miller died while holding that bridge and directing his men He made sure, no matter what, Ryan survives. Malish and Horvath fight to protect the civilians in the town, which was another intense scene to me, and it showed how selfless their actions were in the scene. Good examples of empathy altruism is that they all risked their lives out of concern. They were selfless in prioritizing Ryan's survival over their safety. It shows also Ryan's vulnerability for the town and his squad. The concern shows genuine altruistic behavior, even if it costs their own lives. Overall, the three scenes with the soldiers engage in helping behavior, while they all are under extreme danger. They didn't gain anything or no rewards, as I said, but just concern for others who are suffering. The altruism hypothesis shows willingness to risk their lives, showing empathy and the drive for extraordinary selflessness even in times of war. Altruism hypothesis does do a good job to me explaining many acts in the movie Saving Private Ryan, especially in scenes of suffering comrades or civilians. It showed emotional concern that drives selfless action, but it doesn't really account for heroism and the influence by their duties, principles, trainings, etc. The film shows war and heroism emerges from a combination of empathy and responsibility along with moral courage. When heroism and altruism in Saving Private Ryan are complex, soldiers repeatedly risk their lives to save comrades and the civilians around, and accomplish their mission as well. Empathy altruism helps explain these actions, and it is unlikely that this theory can fully account for everything a person might struggle with when it comes to the extreme situations of war, because I know everybody deals with things differently especially during high stress times like war as well. But this concludes my journal entry number 10.